Okay, so now about the app, we have got a mobile app which is hosted on Google's Play Store. So we have got an app which can be downloaded from Play Store on any of the Android devices. So we are a very Google friendly company, so that's why we are on Android first. System can also work on mobile browsers, but app is giving a different approach to assessments. This is a native app. A native app is basically which is purely designed for Android devices. It is not a hybrid app. What it can do is technologically it is a better app. It basically utilizes inherent features of the hardware which you get in your mobile devices more efficiently if it is a native app, because it is using core features of Android OS. Native app would be able to use the gyrometer better, or maybe the GPS locator better as compared to a hybrid app if it is a native app, right? It is more stable, it is more scalable. So those are some of the features of the app. Second thing which I wanted to tell you was, just for your presentations or whenever you go meet the client, or if you are meeting a SSC, typically there are presentations which you want to make where you are required to be able to demo your app to the client, in a SSC scenario, or maybe for a client in general. So there's a very nice app called Visor Pro, and we use this app. So this is basically you can connect your phone or your tablet and basically display it on the screen. So I'm using the same app, and on the view part, into full screen. So I'm opening TaxCourse. So I'm logging in as an assessor right now. Okay, what it says basically all the tests which are available for me to download. So if I am the assessor and I need to assess a particular assessment, then those assessments will be available for me to download. Why download is because this app gives you a functionality to run even when the internet is not there. So what I'll do is, whenever I'm in an internet active environment area, what I'll do is I'll pre-download this test. Pre-downloading this test will come locally on my device in an encrypted fashion. I will not be able to access the content of this app if I want to, or if I try to. So because the content will be staying local device, but it will not be accessible because it is staying there in an encrypted fashion. The SSCs have this kind of a requirement. Fine. So the app is downloaded. The test is downloaded. I'm removing this from over here. I don't have internet access. I try to remove this as well. Try to open this same app. It will ask me to turn on my device location. I click on OK. The device location is started getting captured. Now I'll again log in. These are all the assessments which I have downloaded earlier. So this is the assessment which I have just downloaded on my device. I click on take test. There are two aspects to it. There's a theory test I can do, and there's a practical that I can do. The third option of completing this batch, but right now I'm not going to touch this because I'm just starting the assessment. So how a theory is typically getting conducted by an assessor is, I'll click on theory. I have 20, 30, 50 candidates or 10 candidates who are sitting in front of me. I will log into a device. It could be a tablet. It could be their own mobile phone. I'll select the candidate. In this case, I am selecting candidate D. Starting this, it will not start the assessment unless and until I put my own ID to validate this assessment. I'm logged in. I'll take a picture of the candidate. In this case, I'm taking Simmons photograph. I am going to take the ID card photo as well, because that is also required at the time of starting the assessment. This could be an Aadhaar card. It could be any government approved valid identity. It could be the admit card of the person as well, right? Depending upon how you've set up, what is the setup, if it is an institute, if it is a high stake examination, depending on that, all these parameters are customizable and are flexible. Well, take a blank picture for demo purposes. I'll go on next. I'll see the same instructions. I can select language, change the language, start test. The test is started. Same test. The test is taking what it is taking. It is capturing my location. It is taking pictures at random intervals. It is throwing questions in different languages to me. At any point in time, if I want to change the language of the question paper or the question, I can change. I can move from any question to any question. The language which I have selected is Hindi. Select one of the options. Press on next. In the bottom panel, if you could just see, in the bottom panel you have answered, you have current, you have unanswered, and you have bookmarked, right? Select next question. If you have selected partial submission at the time of assessment, which I showed to you, if you are allowed to submit partial assessment, then it will get submitted. Otherwise, it will throw a disclaimer or throw a message over here. I am going to be pressing on submit. The candidate selfie is required here. I am going to take my own photo. I take a picture. Now that feedback is asked from me as a candidate. Done. This candidate theory part is done. To be able to see what all candidates are done, you will see that candidate D is done. Is denoted by this tick mark. So whichever candidates keep getting completed, they are done. So let's say I am just completing one of the candidates assessment and just completing this test. So to be able to upload this test, I need to do this activity. I'll have to check this box. I have completed all assessment off for this device and click on complete test. Again, I have to validate with my ID. Now I cannot re-enter the theory exam because I'm done with the theoretical part. Now similarly, I'll go into the practical part, candidate D. So I'm selecting the same candidate D here and starting the assessment. I'll have to validate. Now I'm not giving it to the candidate because it's the practical part. I'm the one who is holding the device and recording the guy. Same thing. 3 people photographs, picture of the ID card. In real scenarios, you'll have to carry out all these real picture, real ID card. Next, same set of instructions, start. Now what is happening over here? So let's say I am taking Simant's assessment and Simant is supposed to do a practical, and this is what I was telling you about the continuum kind of a grading. I have asked a particular question, I have asked him demonstrate how to build a chair. Let's say it is a lead carpenter assessment. I have asked him demonstrate a chair, and demonstrating to build a chair has got its own rubrics, and every rubrics is put in this manner. And it is marked in an excellent, good, satisfactory and poor kind of a continuum. So as an assessor, while I'm doing this, I'm going to be marking him on all of these aspects. While he is performing all this activity, everything is getting recorded live. I'll go to next. A new video will start. A new question will start. I'll do the same thing. And I submit this. Now, candidate photo will be taken. Again, feedback and done. This candidate's practical is also done. Now what I'll do is I'll complete the practical test as well and click on complete test. I'll validate. So this is basically, you might be thinking why this is basically just to put a checkpoint that nothing should happen in a haste. The person is aware what he is doing. He cannot re-enter, otherwise it's all over again. These things. Now you click on complete all assessments and click on complete batch. I've done only one assessment. The assessor can also do this. Let's say all other assessees are absent. I only have option for one candidate. So I am completing this assessment and completing the batch. The complete batch is ready for uploading. So there is a upload button with an icon tick that it is ready for upload. Now what I'll have to do is I'll have to go back. I can go back from the assessment training center or whatever place and get to a place where I have got a internet connectivity. I'm in the internet connection again. Now the same test is available for me to upload to the server. I'll click on upload. That's it. I'll have to sit back, relax while it zips all the images, everything, all data, it zips it and it unpacks and repacks and everything happens. It gets uploaded to the server. I'll have to just wait and watch this timer, this progress bar. till it goes to 100%. Depending upon the internet connection, depending upon the data size, the time which it takes to upload can vary. Also, it depends on the kind of camera which was used during the assessment. Although we do some optimization, some validation at the time of capturing. So like my camera would be taking a picture of 5 MB each or 6 MB each. But we have done that downgrading at our end as well, because there's some optimization. If every random picture is getting 5 MB, then space would go up. No, it takes some time. But for demo purposes, usually the way I am speaking, no. So you can just lower down your pace of speaking, engage the client, and while it is happening, it will just happen. You just engage the client, lower, just a little bit lower down your pace, and keep telling him, you can be there. It's your way. But okay, it's all done. Right? Now it is uploaded to the server. Now it is again available for me to again download it and retake the assessments as well. Okay? So I'm just logging out from Taxo. So this is the entire app part. So just in 5 minutes you have understood how the app operates. Beyond this, there is nothing else to explain. Till now this has been a mystery, and this has been a complete big question mark, that what is this app, how it works. So now you can just watch this and you can operate it. App is there on the Play Store. One thing which I forgot to tell you is this app can also be run and used by the students or candidates directly. They can log in into the system using the same credentials in the app and take the assessment directly. I have shown you and I have demoed you an assessor-led assessment, which had an assessor logging in to the system. But a user can also
directly log in.
Now what I'm doing is I'm going to be quickly logging into the SSC where this particular result was uploaded just now. I'm logging in as an SSC now. Although it will be the same result will also be available in the super administrator or in the administrator account. For a change, I'm logging in as a client. Okay, the client that we added in the clients management. So SSC is also a client. Now this is a SSC dashboard. Not seeing all those question management, test paper management, marking management over here, because you don't need the client to be managing all that. We are the ones who are managing all of this for them. All they need to see is the result management, where they see the results, and the score analysis. So I'll go to result management. Okay, we also have one more feature. Okay, again another advanced technology that we are using. Of the likes of Facebook and Google, where the Facebook chat and the Google chat is built using the same technology, using WebRTC. There is a technology called WebRTC. It is still under development. We are going to be launching it officially. I'll tell you what the technology and what the feature is. The feature is, let's say you are sitting over here and you are running assessment at various places across the country or across the globe. And these assessments are happening. So what you can do is you can watch them live. How those assessments are happening. What is happening at these assessments. This could be streamed via a simple browser-based phone. So it could be panned across and it could be kept a stand or using a stand. And the entire thing is streamed across on the dashboard. Now, two things to be noted is it does not use very high, of course some internet is required, but a very minimal internet usage is enough for this technology to operate. It does not need too much internet bandwidth. How is it able to do it is because it makes the receiver and the sender of the video servers, like WhatsApp operates. Servers are these two people. This connection on the cloud is just used as a reference. Both use this particular cloud as just a reference that okay, it's like a common point which they need to interact with. But ultimately for data transaction, these two people are connected, which keeps it at bay. I'm taking the same, luckily candidate D is passed, right? So you've got same set of assessments, you've got your candidate documents, you've got your pictures, you've got your videos, right? You can play them. Okay?
I'll do the same
entire activity is recorded. So the location is also tracked. Is it right? Correct location? Sometimes it's not accurate. It depends on how IP address is at that point in time operating. It depends. but sometimes it is dot accurate within 5 meters accuracy. Okay, that's all about your